Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Red with only fossil Pokemon was a fun detour. Let's follow that up with a classic run. Today's the day that we figure out would I be able to beat Pokemon Gold with a team of only one Tentacool. Now, normally we think of Tentacool as a pretty strong Pokemon, but its first form, Tentacool, is just fodder that you fight when you're surfing. The Zubat of the sea. Our stats are all pretty terrible other than our weirdly high special defense. Looks like special attack is higher than attack, so it looks like our surf will be our main move once we get it. By level up, we don't learn a single water move until level 25, so that's not good. We don't even get a move with more than 15 power until level 19. Is Falconer going to be an issue in this one? By TM I can get Blizzard and Giga Drain, so that's a bit of type coverage, but that's about it. Sludge Bomb could be strong, although our attack does kind of suck. Like always, I'm writing this script as I go through with the challenge, so all of this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I'm sure I could beat Johto, but even at level 100, I'm not sure if I could beat Red's Espeon. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Tentacool. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So right off the bat, I use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Totodile with Tentacool so that we can do the whole run with it. I picked to replace Totodile so that our rival would have Meganium, probably the hardest for us to fight. I name him Tentacool, with a K, because that's how we spelled it back then. The late 90s, early 2000s were an interesting time. So the first few reds of the game were actually kind of hard. Weird, right? Well, we only have Poison Sting for the start of it, so we're hardly dealing any damage. The same type attack bonus doesn't really help us that much when the move has just about no power in the first place. So even though our stats aren't that horrible for this area, our moves really are. I did actually give Bellsprout Tower a try since grass is only neutral towards us, but our Poison Stings are only neutral towards them. We actually have a decent time here just because they only do a couple damage to us. We'll need any levels that we can get until we get some real moves anyway. Alright, so the Flying Gym is brutal. See, we're part poison, so the AI actually does use Mud Slap. It's weak, but he'll spam it Sand Attack style until we just can't hit anything anymore. Even on the tries where we poison him, we never come anywhere close to winning. That means that we've got to grind, and grinding here is already super slow. Our next move is Acid at level 19, and that's a while off. I'm going to try the Flying Gym fight a few more times at level 15 and 17 to see if we deal much more damage. If those don't work, then we'll have to go for 19 and for sure win. So here we are again at level 15. I tried a few more times, and we do a lot more damage to Pidgey, but our brutally low accuracy from Mud Slap still makes Pidgeotto far too hard to hit. Again at level 17. We can finally get past Pidgey while only taking 2 Mud Slaps thanks to the extra attack, and we lucked out on poisoning Pidgeotto early. Gust was still doing a decent chunk of damage considering I was just about double his level, but in the end we did win. So I gotta say, that was a much rougher start than I thought I'd have. Grinding before Falconer is really slow, so it's not the best start, but hey, still better than Emerald runs, right? We still won't have a water move for a little while though. Do you think the Hiker in the cave coming up is gonna be an issue? Now, I did have shockingly bad luck on this attempt at the Hiker, but yeah, it's an issue. For the whole first Geodude, we landed Poison Sting after Poison Sting without actually poisoning anything. The second one got poisoned pretty early, and it sped that part up a lot, but by the time of the last one, we had just about no health left. We're only a level away from gaining Acid though, so let's just try that. Well, it went a lot better by using Acid, but it still wasn't doing much. Against the level 8 Geodude, we really only started doing any proper damage after Acid itself lowered his defense. Our next rival fight's gonna be a rough one, cause he's got 2 poison types and our only good move is poison, so let's do the Bug Gym first. So it starts with Metapod, who went down pretty quickly, as you'd expect. Kakuna was a bit more of an issue thanks to being part poison type. Obviously he couldn't do any serious damage to us, but it still took a little while to take him down. Last was the real threat though, Scyther. Acid didn't do much damage, but neither did his Fury Cutter. Problem is, his Fury Cutter builds power and our Acid doesn't. It's got a small chance of lowering defense. It was looking like we were gonna lose when Fury Cutter brought us down to red health, but I managed to confuse him with Supersonic, That led to him hitting himself and us getting the win. Alright, so what you're watching now is roughly my 1,000,000th attempt at this rival fight, and we get paralyzed by Lick every single time. In this one, I got agonizingly close to making him faint first, but nope, paralyzed. I decided to just go for it anyway, and Zubat was next. Naturally, we weren't doing much damage with Acid, and he was doing everything he could to make our life difficult. He was using Bite and Supersonic while we were paralyzed to try and get us to flinch and hit ourselves. Despite all of that, we still took him down, but as soon as Bayleaf came out, he used Reflect to weaken our Acid, and we didn't last long after that. Okay, well, I should level a bit to get Bubble Beam. At least then I'll be able to avoid paralysis. Alright, once getting Bubble Beam, we just one-shot our way to Bayleaf, and won with Acid pretty quickly thanks to Reflect not being an issue. So, we've got the always brutal normal gym coming up. We don't really have any new moves that we can grab right now that would be a huge upgrade other than a Return, and we are absolutely grabbing that since it'll be our strongest physical attack until Sludge Bomb, but I doubt our friendship is maxed out. I'm gonna have a few trainer fights, get a haircut, learn Return, and then we'll give the normal gym a try. So I really didn't expect this, but the normal gym went super smoothly. I mean, we all expected Clefairy would be fine, but against Miltank, on the first try, we hit Supersonic, and she hit herself twice, so we had tons of time to take her down. Hey, after the grind-heavy start of the game, I appreciate this fight. Now, we can go straight to the Ghost Gym, but I decided that we may as well do the Kimono Girls Dance Hall first. That way we get Surf. It's a solid bit stronger than Bubble Beam, so we'll probably need this against Morty. While I take on the Kimono Girls, though, this is a great time for a Chimera ad. As fashionable as the Kimono Girls are, they haven't experienced true comfort until they've worn something from Chimera. Now, I'm not saying that T-shirt and sweatpants girls is a better theater troupe name, but it stands out a lot more than Kimono Girls. Just like how you'd stand out wearing one of these awesome graphic tees. Scroll down to the description below if you want a clickable link to Chimera, where you can pick up some awesome, reasonably priced, and super comfy clothing while supporting the show. Use the code Mah-Dry-Bread for a discount, and to let the people at Chimera know that I sent you. Thanks for that, everybody. Now let's go beat up a gym leader. So, our new Surf HM did a really good job here. We one-shot just about his whole team, other than Gengar, who nearly took us out in a couple of Dream Eaters, but we woke up before the third one hit us. Overall, an easy fight, but our special defense isn't holding up quite as well as I hoped it would. Now that we can use Surf, I go straight for the Rocket Hideout. It's not the next location that we're supposed to go to, but we finally have a new move coming up. Once we've taken down the whole Rocket Hideout, a guard in a gate north of town will give us the TM for Sludge Bomb, the strongest poison move that we'll be getting. Even if our attack isn't as good as our special attack, it's really nice to have move variety. May as well do the Ice Gym next, since that's unlocked now. Our new Sludge Bomb did an awesome job here, taking down both Seal and Dugong pretty easily. Last was Piloswine, but he's part ground, so Surf did an awesome job. Price is usually pretty easy though, so no real surprises here. Would you believe it if I said I haven't been west of the Ghost Gym at all in this run? Gold runs are kinda cool like that. You can do a big chunk of the middle of the game in any order that you want. Right now we have to go beat the Fighting and Steel gyms to make progress again. There's just a lot of travel to get there. I don't think those fights will be too hard by the time we get there, but the Magnemites in the Steel gym could be an issue. The Fighting gym was pretty easy. This could have ended in a disaster if we got hit by Hypnosis or if we actually started hitting ourselves in confusion, but that didn't happen, so we're good. The Steel gym was also pretty easy, as we can actually one-shot her whole team with Surf. Turns out the super low health of Magnemite actually makes it so weak that they can't do much to us. Also, AI status affliction moves can just miss in Gen 2, even if they normally have 100 accuracy. So even Thunder Wave isn't quite a death sentence in this one. It's time for the rocket takeover of Radio Tower. Normally I basically gloss over this place by saying it's not that hard, but it's super not that hard this time since we're poison type, so the constant coughings and grimers can't poison us. Let's just go do the rival fight. Are you ready for the most intense rival fight you've ever seen? Golbat went down to red health from Surf, confused us, then went down on the next round anyway. Magnemite was a one-shot with Surf, Hunter was a one-shot with Surf, Sneasel hit Quick Attack for a sliver, then went down to Sludge Bomb and a return, and last was Meganium, who nearly went down to Sludge Bomb, hit a strangely weak Body Slam, then fainted. Yeah, not exactly as scary as that time I fought him with a single Sunkern. Now that was awful. With that done, I picked up Blizzard from the game corner because it's time for the Dragon Gym. It took many tries, but eventually we managed to take down all of the Dragonaires with Blizzard in one shot each. The real issue was Kingdra. She's got Hyper Beam, Smoke Screen, and a Hyper Potion, so she can really mess us up. It took quite a few tries, but I realized that it's much easier to beat her if you just intentionally use some weaker moves like Surf, then finishing it with Sludge Bomb, rather than the stronger Sludge Bombs the whole time. Sludge Bomb from the start will just make her use a Hyper Potion. After figuring that out, we won pretty fast. Alright, so we have one last bit of travel before we can get to the Elite Four, plus a rival fight. On one hand, I'm feeling pretty good because the last few major fights went super well, but we're only level 50, so I know that we won't have a serious lead going into it. Our moves are pretty good considering we're a Tentacool, but I'm skeptical that we're going to be strong enough to hit for decent damage against the tankier Pokemon in the Elite Four. First, though, is the last rival fight. Yeah, he was a walk in the park. They used their only chances to hit us on Mean Look and Reflect. Alright, let's take a look at our stats. Oh man! Okay, well, I like our special defense, but I didn't realize our defense is still that bad. Okay, that actually has me a bit more worried than I was before I checked. I mean, I figure that we can still beat Lance with Blizzard, right? But am I even gonna get there? I'm skeptical. Make your final guess on if we can win this or not. Let's do this. First is Psychic Trainer Will. It starts with Xatu, and I didn't want to waste Blizzard, so I fought it with Surf instead. It went well, but we did get confused. Against Jinx, I went for Sludge Bomb, knowing that she didn't have good physical defense, but we lost our first attack due to confusion. She only hit Double Slap though, so we took her down on the follow-up. Slowbro is third, and we did hit decent damage at first with Sludge Bomb, but then his curse let him survive what would have been the final hit, letting him mess us up with Psychic before going down. For the second Xatu, I went for Blizzard to get a one-shot, knowing that we needed one. Thankfully, it worked. Last was Executor, and I decided to go for Sludge Bomb. It did tons of damage, but it wasn't enough for a knockout, so we got finished off. So close. Okay, we're back a few levels later. This time the Xatu can be one-shot with Surf, so we never got confused, letting us take Jinx down without a hit. Slowbro never landed a hit on us, but the second Xatu did manage to confuse us and deal some serious damage before going down. This time Executor was a one-shot with Sludge Bomb. That wasn't too bad. Second is Poison Trainer Koga. Ariados was a one-shot with Surf, but his Venomoth right after wasn't. We got confused off Supersonic and hit ourselves, leaving us open to get hit by Psychic. It didn't do a ton of damage though, and our follow-up Surf still knocked him out. Fortress is next, and it's crazy tanky, but its special defense doesn't seem that bad, as we take it down with Surf before it does anything dangerous. Against Muck, I tried to return, not really remembering if it had more defense or special defense, but then it used Acid Armor, so that made my second move choice a lot easier. Surf took it down. Last was Crobat, who used Double Team, but it never got us to miss, so we won. Third is Fighting Trainer Bruno. Hitmontop is first, and I totally forgot he has Dig. We took him out in 2 hits, but we actually did lose a decent chunk of health. Second is Hitmonchan, who naturally goes for Thunder Punch, but his special attack is terrible, and this is before those moves were physical, so he was super easy. Hitmonlee hung on from Surf just to miss High Jump Kick and take, like, the tiniest sliver of recoil damage I've ever seen before we took him down. Onix was obviously a one-shot with Surf, and last was Machamp, who I thought would hit hard, but Cross Chop wasn't really that bad, probably just because we resist it. Easy fight. Fourth is Dark Trainer Karen. Umbreon is first, and I had to take a few tries at this fight because of getting sand attacked and confused right at the start. In this run, though, none of the sand attacks hit, but we did still lose some health before she went down. For Vileplume, I just brute forced it with Sludge Bomb, totally lucking out when she missed Stun Spore. Gengar was next, and I would have been fine, but we got hit by Lick, and that means we're paralyzed. The game says there's only a chance that it paralyzes, but this is a Pokemon challenge, so it may as well be 100% when it's against me. Anyway, it causes issues against Murkrow since we ended up getting hit twice before we could take it down. Last is Houndoom, who crunches this right away to take us down to red health, just for us to one-shot it with Surf. That was far too close for my liking. Finally, Pokemon Champion Lance. First up is Water Onix, so I go ahead and start Sludge Bombing it. We get hit by Flail, but it hardly did anything. Second is Dragonite, so I take it down right away with Blizzard. I don't want to risk getting hit by Thunder Wave. Right after that is yet another Dragonite, and we landed yet another Blizzard for a one-shot. Fourth is his third Dragonite, but this time we missed Blizzard, leading to us losing most of our health to Hyper Beam before one-shotting him on the follow-up. We were in rough shape as Charizard came out, but we were still faster, and one Surf took it down. Last is Aerodactyl, but we were actually faster than it too, letting us hit Surf for the win. That was a really clean fight. With that victory, we get into the Hall of Fame and win the run, but you know it's not over yet. There's still Kanto to do. As always, most of Kanto is really easy other than the blue and red fights, so I go ahead and take down all the easy Johto gym leaders, pick up leftovers so that we can heal a little bit, and I go after blue. Pidgeot is first, so I don't waste any time going for Blizzard for the one-shot. For Alakazam, I Sludge Bomb knowing he won't have much defense. Unfortunately, he hung on with a Sliver, leading us to losing half of our health to Psychic. We heal a bit with the leftovers, but that was brutal. Rhydon was a one-shot with Surf, and next was his Water Onix. Naturally, Sludge Bomb is the answer here, and I was worried about how long it might take, but we got a crit and poisoned him right away. I thought it was going to be over there, but he used a full Restore to undo it, so we just started laying in Sludge Bombs again. We started dealing some damage, but, you know, he used another full Restore, so this matchup actually took a while. Thankfully, he didn't hit us that hard, so Leftovers did a pretty decent job of keeping us healthy. I mean, it did, right until near the end when he hit us with Hyper Beam to bring us to red health. I was a little worried. Executor is up next, and one Sludge Bomb wasn't enough to take him down. I assumed he'd use Psychic and we'd just lose, but he charged energy for Solar Beam instead, so we won. Why did he do that? Last was Arcanine, and Extreme Speed did nearly feint us, but our Surf one-shot him after we hung on. I kind of can't believe that we survived that. Now, I really didn't expect to first try Blue, but even with that under our belt, I don't think we stand a chance against Red yet. His whole team are higher levels than us, so I decided to grind up a little bit. I'm not totally sure how much we're gonna need to grind. I mean, he starts with a high-leveled Pikachu that could probably mess us up, but if we end up being faster, then we might just one-shot him. Espeon's probably gonna be a brick wall for a while, and I think we might have to just hope to crit Snorlax. Charizard will probably only take one or two Surfs, but by the time we get to him, he should be easy, if we get to him. Venusaur will probably be a one-shot with Blizzard, I'm guessing, and I'm really not that worried about what Blastoise can do to us. Still though, he opens with Pikachu, Espeon, and Snorlax. That might keep us locked down for ages. I have some time though, so let's keep trying at this. Alright, so let's give this a try at level 75. We're actually faster than Pikachu. Surf wasn't a one-shot, but Charm failed, so after he spent a few full restores, we won without getting a hit. As Espeon came out, he outsped us and used Reflect right away, but then our Sludge Bomb crit to take him down to a Sliver. On the next round, we actually went first, so I guess we have a speed tie, leading to us knocking him out. I mean, I'm happy he didn't use Psychic, but Reflect is still really dangerous. So, knowing I won't do any real damage to Snorlax with our Sludge Bomb, I go straight for Blizzard, and it actually froze him. I'm gonna say right now, judging by how little damage we were doing while Reflect was up, that there is no possible way we could have taken him down right now at this level without that freeze. You've seen our defense. I don't know that we could even survive a body slam from this guy. So next is Venusaur, who not only got hit by our Blizzard on the first try, but it was a crit, so he went down. This is wild. For Blastoise, we really couldn't deal amazing damage, but he couldn't do much to us either. He did crit a Surf though, that took out a pretty big chunk of our health. Last was Charizard, and one Surf wasn't enough to take him down, so we got hit by Wing Attack to go down to yellow health. We're faster though, so we still won. I cannot believe how smoothly that went. Oh, that was crazy. Rough to start the run for sure, a lot of easy chunks in the middle, and then that wild red fight. I still can't believe that. I was a lower level than most of his fully evolved Pokemon, and our little Tentacool was able to win. Honestly, if it, 1, hit Charm, 2, if Espeon hit Psychic, or 3, if we didn't freeze Snorlax, then we would have lost for sure. I'm not even gonna pretend that wasn't just wild luck. I hope you guys like that run. For the next Pokemon challenge, it'll be in 2 weeks on Saturday, and I'm thinking of doing a fossil-only run in Pokemon Emerald. It'd be like the fossil-only run in Pokemon Red, except way harder, because there's less Pokemon, and they're debatably not as good. You know what, probably still better than the moveset that we had in Gen 1. But of course, Emerald is a much harder game than Pokemon Red is, so I'm excited to see how that goes. Oh god, and all those water types, and we're gonna be part rock as well? There might be some disasters. We'll see how it goes. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments, in the challenge request section of my Discord channel, and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. Outro bit time. The Let's Play of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon is finally coming back. I'm so pumped. I'm so happy about it. Okay, so at the time I'm doing this voiceover right now, at the end of this week, I should be recording some more Pokemon Mystery Dungeon with What a Geek and with Brandon, and that's going to be an awesome time. So that'll probably start going up on the channel the week that you're watching this, I think. In fact, by the time you're watching this, I bet you some of the episodes have already gone up by now, which I haven't recorded yet. Voiceover MDB here. Editing MDB, I don't even know if it would have been recorded yet, or else I'd show you some footage right now. We'll see how that goes, but I'm really excited for that because, once I hit 10 years of doing the daily video minimum thing, I really needed a little bit of a break for a while, and I was so busy in my personal life, and I was so busy with Pokemon challenges and all of that stuff, but I'm finally getting some time again. People are free. I'm super excited to get back to Mystery Dungeon because, again, I had never played Mystery Dungeon before that Let's Play, and it's really fun. It's kind of the variety I was looking for in Pokemon, you know? Because I play mostly just challenges in the mainline games, and obviously they all have more or less the same battle system. So as much as I do really like the battle system of Pokemon games, it's nice to have variety, so I love that there's so many spin-off Pokemon games that work differently. You know? It's awesome. Either in that, I want to stream more. I'll probably have been streaming more this week because this edit, I get the feeling, is going to go pretty quickly, so that'll give me time to stream more. I hope. I don't like making promises on these things, but you know that you can keep up if you just, follow my Twitter and stuff. I tried to make it easy. Oh, and if you want to watch my Twitch streams whenever they randomly happen when I have time, I have a little Steam group. It's in the description of all my videos. No one reads the links at the bottom of the description, but there's a Steam group there if you want to be in it. If you're like me and you're basically always in front of your computer, and you always have Steam open, then you can opt into the Steam group and you'll get a little pop-up with a clickable link straight to the stream whenever I start streaming. If I remember to set it up. All right, I need to go get editing this stuff so that I'll actually have time to stream. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.